Hi again, everybody. We're in a series called The Real Christmas Story today, and we are at episode number 3 this week, The Real Christmas Gift. And like I said, we've been looking at Christmas movies that are endeared to most people in our church. We saw Rudolph, I think, the first week. The second week, we looked at Christmas Vacation. And today we look at a true Christmas classic called A Christmas Story. It came from a book by Gene Shepherd called In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. And that later was developed and adapted into a movie, A Christmas Story, starring Gary McGavin, Melinda Dillon, and Peter Billingsley. Just an awesome depiction of a guy who really knew what he wanted for a Christmas gift. Ralphie, played by Peter Billingsley, has a singular focus throughout this entire movie. He wants a BB gun for Christmas, and not just any BB gun. He wants the granddaddy of all BB guns that's in the show window down at Higbee's toy store. It's of course, the Red Ryder carbon action 200-shot range model air rifle BB gun, and it's quite a gun. And you probably wouldn't mind having one of those yourself. Anyway, if we were to take the time to just show you scenes from the movie, we could show you all kinds of scenes. We could show you the scene that showed Ralphie at school with all of his friends, and they challenged one of their buddies. They double dog dared him. They triple dog dared him to stick his tongue to the flagpole, and the kid finally did, and of course his tongue stuck there. Had to call the fire department. It's quite a scene. Or we could show you scenes of some of the presents that Ralphie and his little brother Randy got from his parents and from his relatives. Or we could show you what happened to their Christmas dinner. You may recall the Bumpus's dogs next door came and took off with the turkey and just made kind of a train wreck of their house, the Parker's house. And so the family had to go out for dinner, and they went to a Chinese restaurant. It was really a funny scene. We could show you that. We could even show you the scene where Ralphie went and finally got to see Santa at the mall and was able to tell Santa exactly what he wanted for Christmas. But if we did all those things, it would still take us right back here. And that is, what do you want for Christmas? I would submit to you that Jesus had a desire or had a want for Christmas, and it was the same thing that he wanted every day. And that was to worship God, worship the King, worship his Father. And we see a scene in the New Testament. Actually, all 4 gospel writers write about this incident. So it must have weighed pretty heavily on their hearts, made an indelible impression, if you will, on their minds. We're going to look at the passage there in John, chapter 2, picking it up in verse 13. It says, "When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In the temple courts he found men selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. So he made a whip out of cords and drove all from the temple area, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves he said, 'Get these out of here. How dare you turn my Father's house into a market?' His disciples remembered that it is written, 'Zeal for your house will consume me.'" I absolutely love that passage and all 4 of the passages that the gospel writers talk about, but I especially like that last verse. Zeal for your house will consume me. Oh, how I wish that would be said of us. That zeal for God's house would consume us. Zeal for God, zeal for his Son Jesus, zeal for godly things would absolutely consume us. You know, as great of a gift as the Red Ryder BB gun is, I had to lay it down at the altar. I had to lay it down at the manger of Jesus, because when I examine Jesus coming into the human experience, I see that as the real Christmas gift.